Great, and welcome back. So you'll notice there's been a slight change. I'm delighted now to be joined by Robin Lemons, who's from Belgium, and also we have a remote guest with us, Paulo Lebdenec from Ukraine. So welcome to both of you. And I really enjoyed that video. There's obviously it's been a great venue, as well as the conference being good. It's been a really great venue for a meeting in a lovely setting. So welcome to you both, and we're going to go through some highlights. So we'll start with you, Elsa.
Oh, thank you, Jesse. I think there have been a lot of highlights at this meeting. I have some personal highlights. We presented our pre-hospital trial in the large clinical trial session. But I think foremost for me, the highlight of this meeting is coming here, being able to share the science, talk to people, discuss the trial results in person, over coffee, over the lunch, and that is without a doubt the real highlight for me during this meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Paulo, welcome, and thank you very much for joining us. What have you enjoyed from the conference?
Yeah, your large clinical trials, it's an important thing for us, and I think that right now we can have an answer about connected place and the correct dose for our patients. Also, it's important thing about basilar artery occlusion treatment and a lot of another things like a severe stroke and early to make a tracheostomy or not. A lot of amazing things, and I think that 3 days not enough to have all of the knowledge what we can have from ESOC in this year.
And what's the virtual experience been like using the the hybrid platform and viewing online?
Yeah, absolutely good. I want to say thank you for everyone who support and who make this online platform, because it's a very good opportunity to be here to listen a lot of great scientists to great talk, and without any problems. From the morning to the end, we have opportunity to be here, not only with laptop, but also with the phone. It helps us to get the new knowledge from all of the great sessions here.
Good, and we're very pleased that that you joined us, and so many people from Ukraine joined us. It's been fantastic. Any highlights from you, Robin?
Well, I think to echo, I think a little bit what Elsa was saying. I think the most nice experience was probably that we had young physicians who started potentially their PhD 2 or 3 years ago, never being able to live present their data. Yeah. Now, for the first time, go to a, for instance, even moderated poster, and then standing in front of these people, looking at them. You saw them being anxious for the first time, maybe worried about the questions which were going to be asked to them. But I think that's also that's an experience that they were lacked of, I think. It's different if you have a virtual presentation from home. You can then start over it if you don't feel it was okay. But now you really have to do it for the first time. And you could see they were anxious, but also very happy and pleased if everything went smoothly. So I think that was personally, I think, one of the highlights, not really related to content, but seeing these faces being able to present their data live. And then, of course, there is this, I don't think we can talk about the highlights yet because we have a big, large clinical trial session coming. So I think there will be a lot of highlights in the afternoon. But I think also the highlights is probably diversity. It's diversity in topics that are being presented, come from genetic studies, translational research, basic science, and then clinical trials. Diversity in gender, and diversity from presenters all over the world presenting their data about these various topics. And also, I think that's the strength of this ESOC, is that it brings people from different topics, from different areas together, and all doing stroke research, but of course in all kinds of different areas. And again, I think this was clearly highlighted in the program, which was excellent, I think, this year.
And I think we saw on Wednesday morning the figures that, and it must be the first time, I think that 50% of the lead authors on abstract submissions were female, which is tremendous, as it should be.
Exactly, that's great, yeah.
Peter?
First time. Well, I find it difficult to choose. It's like trying to choose between which of your children you like. Right?
So you feel free to tell us.
So it was all wonderful, I think. Yeah. So all of it was great in its own way. I really enjoyed the plenaries. I really enjoyed the sessions that I could get to. I must say, one of the things that I will remember was actually not at the conference proper, but at the pre-conference day. As you know, we hold a lot of workshops and sessions, etc., and meetings on the pre-conference day. And this ESOC, for the first time, I attended my first ESO East workshop, and I had the pleasure of opening up the ESO East workshop and meeting a lot of our colleagues from Central and Eastern Europe who I had not met before. And we had a really lively discussion about what ESO means for them, about what ESO can do to help them, and what they can do to help ESO. So I came out of that with a list of great ideas, and we're going to work through those and see what we can implement over the next couple of years.
Excellent.
And on that, perhaps we can bring on Paolo as well, because I know you are quite involved in a lot of the ESO East activities. So of course we would have very much liked to have you live here. That's unfortunately not possible right now, but can you tell us a bit about also what ESO has meant for Ukraine before and also now? Yeah.
Yeah, ESA make a great thing for Ukraine, because I think that our few changes and our new and first changes started only when we just start to be a part of ESA, or active part of ESA. We immediately growing up with our number of thrombolysis each year, and now I can say that we have a good result, like 5% thrombolysis, and I think it's because we have a good opportunity for education from ESA. We have a lot of colleagues from Ukraine, and I'm especially too. We participated a lot of congress, and also a lot of another thing what ESA can give us, like Master of Stroke, Summer School, Winter School. It's important for education, like country like Ukraine, that we are very grateful for this support. And in that period of time, ESA made a great thing to give opportunity to all Ukrainian physicians to be here, to be in this conference. And all Ukrainians right now, more than 200 physicians can listen in the new trial, or like to be in the first way of new changing in the stroke. And that's why I think that without ESO, our stroke care will be not so good like we have today.
Thank you. Yeah, it's lovely to hear. So very briefly then, you mentioned the plenary this afternoon. Is there anything in particular that either of you have seen from this afternoon?
Well, I think there will. So we are a little bit changing our minds about basilar occlusion. So we may be changing our minds, or maybe not changing in the end, but maybe improving our insights in that. This afternoon there will be. We heard a lot about tenecteplase. We will again hear about tenecteplase. So I'm excited about that. There's also be some data about intracranial hemorrhage. I think the diversity again will show up again during these sessions. I think as for the first plenary and also for the presidential, I think. There was, even if you would be interested in one particular topic, there was always something for anyone, basically. So, and that will be the same, I think, for this afternoon. We will hear a lot of great science again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah. So the session this afternoon is mainly focused on randomized trials again. And we have a mixture of brand new data from new RCTs. I think we have 10 trials or big clinical studies being presented in that session. So well worth sticking around for is what I would say.
And then, so are we going to do ESOC again, or are we done? Is there going to be another one?
There's a continuum of ESOC. Yeah.
So tell us about the next one.
So the next one will be in Munich, end of May next year. And so I want to call out to everyone right now that the opening for the proposals will be in, I think, in a couple of days or week, I think. So this is a call to you out there, I think, to make sure that you send us your proposals so that the conference will have content that you like, that you will be enthusiastic about. So we can look at all these proposals and try to draft a program again, which is hopefully as terrific as it was this year. And so we're going to work with a large group of people to again make a hopeful nice scientific sessions, and also have the same amount of clinical trials being presented. I think ESOC has a very nice history, a long history of very important clinical trials being presented, trials that can change guidelines. And I really hope that in Munich we'll be doing the same thing, that we will be standing at a desk like here again, talking about changes that we have not, that are not aware of for the moment, I think.
Yeah. I'm sure we will.
I think it's a very important point that we're opening for proposals, because, and we're opening for everyone. We want proposals, and if you have been missing something at this conference in the unlikely event, but you need to make a proposal for a session for next year and get your topic onto the agenda. And without the proposal, we might miss it. So
Yeah.
that's a very important part of the conference planning for next year.
Absolutely. ESO is owned by its members. It's a shared society, so all members are free to submit proposals. So please send us your best ideas, and then the abstracts will open later, right?
Yeah.
So that will be a different thing.
Yeah, but you need to start planning that right now.
Thinking about that too. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
And that's also important for young researchers, I think. Maybe they're thinking about their abstract to be sent in, but it's not just the abstract. If you have a really nice proposal for a scientific session, it doesn't need to come from the key opinion leader. Leaders only. I mean, please, young researchers, send in your proposals, and we'll have a look at it and to make it a diverse conference again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
So I think we now have a short video for next year.